Welcome back to our online physics classes. So I hope you all are safe, happy, and following your parents, obeying your parents, and being healthy at home. So today I'm here with a new topic, that is the last part of the lesson, your structure of atoms, part 4. So let's start with the lesson, and I hope you are understanding well. If any doubt, please come back to me with the clearance. Students, if you all have not gone with the part 1, 2, 3, I request you all please go through the part 1, 2, 3 once again and then complete part of this 4 also, so that you will have a clear picture in front of you. So let us start with the topic, electronic configuration. The arrangement of electrons in the shell, subshell, and in an atom is called orbitals, is called as the electron configuration. It is given by the formula NLX. Okay, so n is nothing but your principal quantum number, L is your angular momentum number, and X is the number of electrons present in the atom. So example will go with hydrogen atom. It is nothing but, you know what is the atomic number of hydrogen atom? Yes, you know the atomic number hydrogen atom. That is nothing but is equal to 1. Yes, as seen here, we are having atomic number is equal to 1. So what we are going to know now is nothing but, as seen, sets of quantum number n is equal to, it's nothing but 1, L is equal to 0, ML is equal to 0, MS is equal to half, plus half or minus half. What is your n? Your atomic number is given as 1, right? So 1 is nothing but the number of electrons present in an electron atom. Okay, so here, as I've already explained, n is nothing but your principal quantum number, L is your angular momentum number, and X is the number of electrons present in an atom. Okay, so we have already learned that n is equal to 1 means, again we are going to substitute the number in the equation and we are going to write the answer, right? So similarly, in previously we have learned n is nothing but your principal quantum number, L is your angular momentum number, ML is your this one, what do you say, magnetic quantum number, and MS is nothing but your spin quantum number. So here what we are going to do, here we are having how many electrons? Now we are having only 1 electron, right? So when we are substituting it in the equation, we are seeing that we are having only 1 orbital in the s orbital, 1 electron in the s orbital. So we will be giving it as 1 spin. So for example, if we are taking helium, we are having Z is equal to 2. Then what you will write there? For that, Pauli, he has explained the next principle. What he said, for the example like helium, according to him, all the 4 quantum numbers are not same. They should be placed with opposite spins. That is, the spin should not be given like here in hydrogen we have done 1 spin, right? So here, but he's saying it should not be like this. 2 same spins should not be available. We must place it like different spins. If N, L, M, L are same, then MS will be different. Okay, it must not be same. So therefore paired spins are given as 2 different, that is opposite signs. One will be plus half, one will be minus half. So here we are having 2 electrons, that's why we will write it as one as plus half, another as minus half. One electron is plus half, another electron is minus half. Okay, I hope you all have understood well till here. Next we will go with Aufbau principle. What is Aufbau principle? The maximum number of electrons in any shell is 2n square, where n is principal quantum number. That is, what we are substituting it in the 2n square formula. Already we have learned about how we are getting the n value, right? So here we are substituting in 2 into 2l plus 1, where l can be 0, 1, 2, 3, anything, whatever the number of l angular momentum is given. So if l is equal to 0, then 2 into 0 plus 1 will have the value 2. Similarly, if L is equal to 1, then we'll have 6 and so on. Then maximum number of electrons we can have is 2, 6, 10, 14 respectively. So in this we are having again subshell, that is 6 will have 3 subshells in P, D will have 5 subshells and F will have 7 subshells, right? We have already learned. Then lower energy orbital must be filled first. If you remember the Bohr's atomic model, where we have given is nucleus is there in center and we are having K, L, M, N. Similarly, we are having S, P, D, F, right? So here the electrons will be filled first in S, then P, then D, then F. Okay, in P we are having S will have only one orbital, so in that we'll substitute 2. Then in P we have 3 subshells, where we are getting as 6, we can fill up as 6 electrons. Similarly in D, 5 subshells, we can fill up to 10, and in F similarly we have 7 subshells and we can fill it up as 14 electrons. Okay, I hope till here it is clear. Now how you are going to arrange it in the form of their energy orbitals, we'll learn here. First you write it as 1s, 2p. We are going to accordingly write the first write the chart. Okay, it's very easy to write. 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. How we are going to fill it first, that also we will see. Then 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, 6s, 6p, 6d, 7s, 7p, 8s. Okay, then you just join the lines. It's very easy. Just first you join the lines, you will clearly understand. 1s, again you join it to 2s. Then from there, come back and join it to 2p. Again come back and join it with 3p. Okay, then come back and join it with 3d. Then come back and join 3d, 4p, 5s, and then come back to 4d. Similarly, come back again 4d, 5p, 6s, then join it as 4f. Then 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s, then join it as 5f. Then you will come back with 5f, 6d, 7p, 8s. Then how you will write the lower how you will write the lower energy orbitals? You can write it. First you fill up the electrons in 1s. Okay, then you fill up in, come back and fill up in 2s. After filling 2s, you will go with 2p. After filling 2p, fill 3s. Then write the 3p, 4s. Then go and fill up 3d orbitals first. Then you have to fill 4p, 5, then 5s. After filling 5s, go with 4d, 5p, 6s. After filling 6s, fill up 4f, 5d, 6p, 7s. After filling 7s, we can go with 5f, 6d, 7p, 8s. So this will be your last orbital. Okay, how you will write it? 1s is less than 2s, is less than 2p, is less than 3s, is less than 3p, is less than 4s, is less than 3d, is less than 4p, is less than 5s, is less than 4d, is less than 5p, is less than 6s, is less than 4f, is less than 5d, is less than 6p, is less than 7s, is less than 5f, is less than 6d, is less than 7p, is less than 8s. So this is the very easiest method to write the molar chart. It's not an issue. If you don't understand also, I'll explain it again in the class, doesn't matter. Next, coming to the Hund's rule, the orbitals of equal energy are occupied by the one each electron before pairing of electrons starts. As we have learned already, we are having s orbital. In that we can fill up with two electrons. Okay, there is no subshell there. But in P again we have subshells. But what he is saying, what Hund is saying, that first only you cannot fill 2 electrons in one only. First you have to fill one electron in each subshell. Then if electrons are left over, you go with the filling of again the other next electrons. Okay. So with this we end up with the fourth part also of structure of atoms. I hope you all have understood well. And if any doubts, I'm always here. I request you all to do like and subscribe the channel, and be at home, stay safe, and be caring your family, and respect your parents. And I hope you have understood it very clearly, and